MD have sent his picture.
Good morning, welcome to the program Talk Sports on Global Television. We've got all the big stories making the rounds, and the African continent was glued to Marrakesh, Morocco last night, where the CAF Awards 2024 took place, and indeed Nigeria came out flying colours with Nigeria winning the Women's Team of the Year, talking about the Super Falcons, and of course Nigeria the Player of the Year award by Ademola Lookman. And our goalkeeper, Chiamaka Nnadozie, retained her position as the best goalkeeper in the African continent. These and other awards did go down last night, and indeed it was a beautiful night for Nigeria and the Super Falcons. Okay, let's just give you some big stories beginning from Marrakesh, where the 2024 CAF Awards ceremony hosted by Kate Scott and Jamala Raya. After we passed the Congress in Marrakesh, lived up to its billing, delivering a night of excitement and triumph. Nigeria went among the night's biggest winners, claiming 3 prestigious awards. The Super Falcons were crowned the Women's National Team of the Year, while Chiamaka Nnadozie took home the Goalkeeper of the Year Women's Award. Although Nigeria is out all other categories, the country had the last laugh when Ademola Lookman was announced as the Men's Player of the Year. The prestigious award capped off an incredible night for Nigerian football. So the awards went for Men's Player of the Year was Ademola Lookman. Women's Player of the Year was Barbara Banda of Zambia, while the CAF President's Outstanding Achievement of the year was Abdel Fattah of Sisi of Egypt and Paul Biya of Cameroon. Talking about these two presidents. The goal of the year was Nabi Lulu, the goal against Namibia in the AFCON 2025 qualifiers. Then we've got for the coach of the year for men, we've got Amassi Faye of Cote d'Ivoire as the coach of the year. Then for the coach of the year for women, we've got Lamia Habi of TP Mazembe, and for the goalkeeper of the year men, we've got Williams of South Africa, emerging the best goalkeeper for men. Goalkeeper for the year for women is Nigerian Chiamaka Nnadozie, who plays for, of course, Nigeria and Paris FC in France. For the Inter-Club Player of the Year for women, we've got Sana Soudi from Morocco, emerging the player of the Inter-Club Player of the Year. The Inter-Club Player of the Year for men is Wayne Williams, again the South African goalkeeper. And for the Club of the Year for women, we've got TP Mazembe of DR Congo, while the Club of the Year for men is Al Ali of Egypt. No one can doubt that. While the National Team of the Year for men is no other team but the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire, and the National Team of the Year for women is the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Then we've got the Young Player of the Year for men, Lamine Camara, as the Young Player of the Year for men. Then for Senegal, yes, he's from Senegal. Then for the Young Player of the Year for women, we've got Duha Al-Madani of Morocco, emerging the winner. Then for the best male referees, we've got Ibrahim Mutas of Libya as the best referee. Assistant referee is Elvis Nupu of Cameroon, and the best female referee is Chua Kaboubi of Morocco, while the assistant referee is Dina Chico Tesha of from Kenya. Then we got the best 11 for men. Yes, the best CAF, best 11. The list is out there for you to see. We've got Abdel Omane of Cameroon, in between the stick, Ashraf Hakimi of Morocco. We've got Khalidou Koulibaly of the Territorial Lions of Senegal, and we've got Chance Mbembe of the Devils of Congo. We've got Mohamed Kudus of Dakar of Ghana, Sofiane Amrabat of the Atlas Lions of Morocco. We got Frank Kessie of the Black Frank Kessie of the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire, and then we got Bissouma of the Red Devils of Congo, and Mohamed Salah, the Pharaohs of Egypt. Then we've got Victor Osimhen, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and Ademola Lookman, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, making 8 in the team. So Nigeria, one of the few countries with 2 players making it to the CAF Best 11. Alright, for CAF Best 11 for women, we've got Adili Lamini of South Africa, Michelle Alozie of Nigeria, we've got Karabo Bilali of South Africa, we've got Osinachi Ohale of Nigeria, we've got Nabi Hong of Ramafeli of South Africa, and Linda Mutale of South Africa also making the team, Rashida Tajibade of Nigeria, and we've got Gizlani Chibak of Morocco, then Barbara Banda of Zambia also made it, who turned out to become the best female footballer in the African continent. They also have Azizat Oshoala of Nigeria, and Tabitha Chawinga of Malawi also making it in the best 11 for women. Alright, let's move on to another talking point. We've got the big story that concerns Lookman elated to win the men's player of the year we are heading to, as Ademola Lookman was full of excitement after claiming the 2024 CAF men's player of the year gold. Reports say the Atlanta winger capped a remarkable year by becoming the 6th Nigerian to win the prestigious award. Lookman started the year by helping the Super Eagles finish second at the 2023 African Cup of Nations finals in Cote d'Ivoire. The 27-year-old was also the star of the show as Atlanta won the UEFA Europa League in May. The former Leicester City star scored all 3 goals in the final victory against Bayer Leverkusen. Lookman was named the Atlanta Player of the Season and was also included in the UEFA Europa League Team of the Year. The Nigerian was the only African who was nominated for the 2024 Ballon d'Or, finishing 14th position. He has so far contributed 27 goals and 12 assists between club and country in 2024. Alright, just also let you know that Super Eagles stars Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman have been selected in the Best African 11 for 2024. The day were named in front of 3 alongside Egypt and Liverpool superstar Mohamed Salah. Osimhen was the 2023 CAF Men's Player of the Year, while Atlanta leader Lookman succeeded the powerful striker by claiming the award in Marrakesh, Morocco on Monday night. Also on the list are Abdel Onana, Ashraf Hakimi, Kalidou Koulibaly, Chancellor Mbembe, and also Mohamed Kudus of Ghana. The others are Sofiane Amrabat, Frank Kessie, Bissouma of Tottenham Hotspur. Alright, let's go for a quick break. When we return from this break, we'll continue with some stories concerning the CAF Awards and the other winners in this CAF Awards 2024. Stay with us. welcome back from the break. You still talk sport, and we are focusing on the CAF Awards 2024. Where Nigeria this group 3 or more awards. Talking about Chiamaka Nnadozie, who won the best goalkeeper in the African continent, and of course, the player of the year is Ademola Lookman. The Super Falcons also were in the lead as Nigeria Super Falcons have been crowned the women's national team of the year at the 2024 CAF Awards. The 9-time African champions edged out Morocco and South Africa in the nomination category. The Super Falcons have consistently demonstrated excellence, with this award marking their 7th win in the women's national team of the year category. Previous wins including 2010, 2014, 2016, 2018, 2023 and now 2024, having ended the year as the highest ranked African team on the FIFA rankings. Many will agree that the Super Falcons are deserving of this latest accolade. Among other high points in the period under review, the Super Falcons made a return to the Olympic Games after 16 years absence. And receiving the award on behalf of the country, NFF President Ibrahim Bousso assured his administration will keep supporting women football to ensure they stay on top. And I wonder if one man who is watching right now, who's been global, that is joining me live in the studios. Did you see, are you impressed with how much Nigeria could win at the CAF Awards? Ademola Lookman, 11 best player of the continent, and we got Barbara Banga of Zambia, the best female footballer on the continent, also Albert Super Falcons, the national team of the 7th standard, that award, and the kind of the best goalkeeper, or could not be the best female player.
Well, you can say that again. But Banga was very outstanding. He deserved several compete with Baba Banga. But in my elaboration, he should have made the female goalkeeper of the year, because she managed to have the last match of the France. So that she was really had France was scored of 45 goals. So I would say kudos to everybody that it's a trophy well deserved, and Baba kudos to her also.
So that's the king of the African continent.
I mean, these two chaps performed exceptionally well this year in the Yoruba review. Ademola Lookman was outstanding with his club and country, and Baba also was so exceptional. If I would have watched her play, he played like a boy. So I said, because this year, Ashala, I said the party this year, I don't know what happened. Maybe you use yourself, or maybe aims, or whatever. So a new king or a new queen has been crowned, and that's Banga. I think it's well deserved. A lot of people have written said that the good people don't bury the African boys in the no problem. If Ademola Lookman was denied this trophy, because it was currently and family, we didn't come close. Ashraf Hakim didn't come close. Ademola was still ticking all the boxes for this year. So kudos to him.
Let's look at for the national team, the female. This award, do you hope it's going to inspire NFF to do more, rather than lay back and take it with always being the best in the African continent?
It should inspire the NFF to grow, because the other African countries are getting closer to us. I mean, see how Zambians are playing that. So some South Africans are doing our work. Probably will go for a while. It goes on the NFF president to get a good coach, not a foreign uniform, but a good coach. A coach that has worked his audience, that has been proved over time that he can hardly be coached. Our female national team will not have millions back. We've won the nation over 9 times. We won the club of the year 7 times. That's our biggest brand. Any coach when we put our fingers on, we should be coach what is song, not job for the boys. So I want to encourage our NFF president to please look back, take the time and get us a good female coach. I don't care if we do it in America, but when we coach the country with the talent we have, and give us a good outing in next season African Nations Cup, because we have a lot of talents in the country. With the experts of Edo Queens, we have a lot of talents up there, and our local league, and I found players are doing so well. Encourage them. I was happy when I saw Aileen in the female the team.
The African level.
We have three defenders there. I mean, that's a lot of volume. That's a lot of volume. We have two defenders, one midfielder, and one attacker. We have four. To show that we are a dominant force in Africa. But what we do is we galvanize. Like we're going to bring the players together and bring them to their strength. That's what we do. I think please not take the chance. Give me what it takes. Spend the money to spend to get the best coach. That's all we know.
Well, I guess you guys in terms of the what does he do from now being the African player of the world? This is going to do much to his career, his market value, and going forward. Do you think this is about the right time to leave Atlanta because his market value is doing research?
He should do that. But let's what happens to see that. What happens to see should learn a lesson. It's a shame that he learned the vision was loud, but he said let it be protected to his club, and the club tried to mess him up. And then everybody should go to him, everybody is calling for him, we should go for the African talents. I mean, he's a player for the future, he's a player for the football. He is 7 years, but like the next 3 years, he has a better for the player in the top most club. This is his moment. You should cash on it, go to Real Madrid or Barcelona, or you come to Manchester, or where club is going to give you a point in that night. I prefer it goes to the Spanish clubs and do well, because I think the last one I think they said other African exports or the other players who are playing in India will be angels of it because he decided to come back to his fatherland while other people play for India. But where are they? They're not even the English national team right now. They only play for 30 matches. And the only one who chose to play for the national team has won the African Player of the Year. He's the fastest player who has played the national team as well. Check it, 20 years national team. Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago. But see him, he has won the trophy. Whereas a big player who played for a year and the national team couldn't win that trophy. So we race to the Swift.
Let's move on to for the Catholic General. How would you describe the vision on the event and also the winners? Do you think CAF was spot on this time around, making sure the right people in the different categories?
Yes, and you can see there are less controversies in the African world because I believe this award was well deserved and it was spot on with the choices. You see, I mean, the way they apply, just like we will have the Ballon d'Or, where it became an issue, it became a club issue, because the right thing we don't know the Ballon d'Or. But you see, this one, I don't know about the really applies in the internet because it has proven it's not bad. We came to 3 players, those 2 guys were always harsh. Even if I put Salah there, there's one guy called Messi. He was there too. But I don't know what's happening over it.
So what do you think given that slight edge? Was it firstly Europa League in terms of the way he did a hat-trick and also driving the ball to the finals of the Cup of Nations?
Those scenarios give him the edge. For an African player to score a hat-trick on the final of the UEFA competition, it was very good fluke. I mean,
and they nominated in the Ballon d'Or.
The only of them who can play the table left right with an African player. So it is a big feat. Salah was a great all the games were there. So it was not a big feat to have scored a hat-trick. That's not his goal. He scored a hat-trick in the 7th year of the European Championship. That was
against a team that has never lost the whole season.
Yes! Again, you can imagine how they silenced Bayern Leverkusen. I mean, that was a masterclass. And also, if you saw the winner to that fighter, he had proven himself to be a first-team player in the Esperance Club in his team. And so, that was a fluke. We were in one or two. And so, when he did, that same form was coming to the Nations Cup. And so, he was arguing. That was similar to the Brazil ball. But Liverpool were arguing. Liverpool played side by side with him, and he scored 3 goals. Was it not Madrid to score 1 or 2 goals?
Can we see the jump figures on the up? 2023 we did unit King and Cream. Yeah, that's going to be this time around. David King showed us is the most important. Yeah, and the national team also got their own awards. We had a club for the club of African Club of the year. We had the Olympics among the beginning, but all of them were nominated. It means the young football is Totally bad. Can I say that?
Really bad. All we need is coaches, square pegs in square holes. Right now, there are no coaching staff in most of the national teams. They're all active coaches. Why allow active coaches up to this time when you have competitions in the 3 months? There's no point. You see, I actually have been a right leadership. That's why I want a Gusau to learn from his predecessors. I don't know if he's learning at all. Because at this point in time, he should work with Gusau when it comes to the glass sports to ensure that we have our coaches and their payment is guaranteed. The challenge we have all that the coaches are not sure where they have their next salaries. And so why don't you continue with the work you have begun with LFPC on the sponsorship of the ground football like you can work with as soon as I get more sponsors because I have a lot of multinationals. I don't know what club share is sponsoring Nigeria. Share is sponsoring Nigeria. I don't know if this is sponsoring anymore. You understand me? There are a lot of companies in the country that are doing so much in Nigeria that we should be say, give us even a 0.05% of your gains in sports development. Let's use those. Pay for our coaches. Pay for training of coaches. Pay for training of the referees. So you see, sport development is a whole gamut of activities. But what we need now is let's get coaches in all our national teams. Let us start with our team, and you see that these guys will come to step into the plate.
Alright, that's as we still celebrate last night as Nigeria did sweep some honor at the CAF Awards 2024. Ademola Lookman emerging as the best male player in the African continent. Dr. Barbara Banda of Zambia emerging the queen of football, female football in the African continent. That's the role called the screen. These are the king and queen of the African continent when it comes to football. And the Super Falcons also did emerge as the national team of the year for women. 7 times Nigeria is winning that gold, and that's really should make Nigerians truly proud. And got 4 players in the CAF Best 11. That's for women, and that shows what we do things. And for the male folks, got two deadly players in the African 11, talking about Ademola Lookman and Victor Osimhen. So it tells you that a lot. Then let's we are being joined via Zoom by Mr. Okem Okonkwo, the editor online of Blueprint. This one is also the Secretary General of the Sports Writers Association of Nigeria, FCT chapter. Ikena, thank you for joining us on Talk Sports. Ikena, can you hear me? We hope we can get the audio signal of Ikena. Okay, while we're waiting for that to be established, let's look at some other going to the foreign scene. Terry Hoy was capable of doing great things like he did. Also did notice that goal was scored by Ahmad Diallo was special. He talked about how Diallo did time the ball and was not looking at the flight of the ball. Rather, I was looking at where the ball was going to bounce first for him to make that control. And Terry felt that was the master class, and the way he bounced that ball was amazing. Someone like Terry Henry to have spotted the challenge of Ahmad. That ball was quite high, but when you really played it off it was very reversal, right? No, we're talking about Man U versus Man City. The leading goal. Terry Henry was trying to say that goal was a superb goal. The way he plucked the ball from the outside goal being on the high side, was able to bring it down. Ahmad wasn't looking at the flight of the ball, rather he was looking at where that ball was being bounced for him to be able to make that control and score that goal. For Terry Henry to have spotted that and giving kudos to Ahmad, does it give us an idea of the future that Ahmad has? Ahmad is a brilliant player. He was put his best in the last game. And he was also the reason why Manchester United bought him. I think from America too. He's a very brief player. And they have not, I think Ahmad is not the reason was
much like that. So I've always been out his potentials and keep much. And so that goal was a beautiful goal. I mean, that goal started the best goal of the year. I tell you, it's a beautiful goal. And I'm glad to know he's Potter is the master when it comes to pulling ball off in the line and pulling control. I think that's what really did. Oh, he was, on the internet to me, he's the best PFL player amongst who have played Premier League. The last thing was very good this morning. He played first, because he came second, and the other good players who are playing, if you understand what I'm saying. When he was doing this morning, he said he has shifted the game to his teammates that he would have been that person he had good teammates. But he said, I want to think about that. The goal of Babylon, the guy that called the game of the after the from Angola. It was so, it made it easier, but that goal was what it meant. It was sort of because what I do, I watched this movie, I watched the game, and the commentator said, see how it was so easy. But that was not easy because for the way he was driving and how he was build with his left and caught that ball, that's the good of the goal. And I believe Abdallah was giving his goal for that as the goal of the child. And you do expect how to accelerate it further up to FIFA when we have been considered for the goal of the season of the year amongst other games in the different, because at a point FIFA looks at the goal of the season, should Africa play that as a way to, of course, the African media has to do what has to do with that. You see, the European media are working for you. You have to push your goal. You have to take a goal. You see, that's what the European media does. So the African media, the destinies of this world, the last special one, should push the same push, even card, should promote because we have a lot of countries in Africa. Africa is voting well. Even a South America is voting well. But you see, we have natural talents here. And if we do not blow our own trumpet, who blow it for us? Our trumpet will go rusty. So let our African media project our goals, project our leagues, and you see the world will come looking for us. Okay, let's move on to other issues in the round from Manchester United. I just to let you know, we definitely go back to the CAF Awards before we wrap up the program. We'll look at some other categories, but let us give you some updates as well. For Manchester United star player, they can be described as almost 2-1 derby victory over Manchester City as a big win in a cryptic message on social media. United managed a derby win by Rushing the Amory for the first time. We're losing until the 88 minutes courtesy of the first half strike from Josko. But Bruno Fernandes equalized from the penalty before Ahmad Diallo, who had won the sport league, voted a late winner. Despite Senegal's impressive results, United remained in the bottom half of the Premier League table after making a poor start to the season, largely under former boss Erik ten Hag. Amory has now received 4 goals in 7 games since replacing ten Hag, having made significant changes in terms of tactics and team selection. The ex-Sporting manager took the bold decision to move Marcus Rashford and Garnacho out of his squad for Sunday's game, despite the latter admitting the good players had been fit. Other testimony stories of Mohamed Salah is reportedly close to ending speculations over his Liverpool future by signing a new deal. Salah, who's 32, is one of the right's all-time greatest players, with the Egyptian having scored a remarkable 227 goals in 372 games for the club. Since joining from Roma in 2017 for an initial £36.5 million fee. The forward has won 8 trophies at Anfield and remains integral to an selected side as they continue to impress so far this season. However, Salah's contract expires in the summer and the Egyptian is here to extend his deal. Alright, let's just look at 2 quick stories. First of all, Emmanuel Sagal, out of 7 minutes has gotten from 7 games, 4 wins. It shows that there's a clear difference between Amorim and Ten Hag. And do you think that's to drop Rashford
then actually who was the game changer?
Well, that's tactics for you, because Garnacho and Rashford are really good in the league. And Pep Guardiola only used really bigger games how to drag the balls to the side. So it's not the big players that perhaps were going to the tactical formation of the opponent team. You understand? That's why. So that's what left that's the instinct because they didn't know how to tackle Abad. Abad was a total flesh. So that's the first call him, he's going to go out to keep, and he's calling me. And this is going to be the job. It was a tactical match. I would say that Bas, if also it that is the all hope was lost. But there's nothing that won it, but it is back pass. I call it two back pass because he look at it and he passed the back pass. I mean, it was very horrible play for Bas. I didn't imagine the win because they beat the win for too long. I wanted to have a win it. So that's not fair. So we get Ike, I think, then you can have the sort of association of Nigeria, so on, some preparation. Because I thank you for joining us on Top Sports.
Thank you, Tony. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long while. Let's begin our discourse.
With regard to your guest over there, we call him Bishop.
Okay, Bishop, you call him Bishop. Okay, all right. Let's just quickly look at what's your summary of the CAF awards that went down in Marrakesh last night.
Oh yeah, it was a good one, a memorable one at that, and of course, the one that Nigerians will not forget in a hurry. A repeat of what had happened in 1997. If you remember, 1996, Victor Ikpeba won the CAF Player of the Year, and it was also, I mean, it was a Kano actually in 1996. Ikpeba won it in 1997, Victor Ikpeba, and both legends are much alive. To see that in 2024 actually, that what had happened between them is happening between the legend, becoming legend of a man known as Victor Osimhen, now who has handed over the baton to Lukman, Ademola Lukman, just last night in Marrakesh, Morocco. It's a good one, and it's one that will leave so much memory that is very, very anchoring. And of course, the one that is so much to savor for Nigerians. Nnadozie Chiamaka there, also winning the goalkeeper of the year. Super Falcons, the national team of the year in Africa. What a night for Nigerians. A moment to savor things that are very much savourable, if you want to allow me to use that expression. It's also a good one for other countries of the world. I mean, the coach of the year went for that history man who was assistant coach at Nations Cup earlier this year, coming up to take over from the coach that had some challenges with his team at the moment that he left, and then the assistant coach took over and of course turned the tournament on itself by making sure that at the end of the day the host hosted and they won it creditably to the glory of the fans and of course glorifying the game football.
All right, let's quickly one more question as regards the CAF Awards before we jump into what Swan is doing of late. For you, would you say the CAF Awards this year was justified? Each category got the right persons, spot on.
Yeah, there was this rumor that came up that maybe that the CAF, the CAF Football of the Year, which was the gong that Alman Lukman won eventually. That maybe there was gonna be some play somewhere that would make it look like Lukman will not get at the end of the day. But all of those, was in the past because the man Lukman, from all the indications, from playing at the AFCON, the exploits he had there, then to his club, coming very, 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 very frankly top. winning the UEFA Europa for the last season, and to all of the things he has been doing, sustaining the exploits of last season up till the very time of last weekend, and he has been, I mean, all over the place doing all wonders. So all of those rumors, was crushed by him getting it, which is of course very commendable for CAF. But the only snag was that Chiamaka Nnadozie eventually came up to retain actually the goalkeeper of the year award. But she is not on the list of the best 11 for women football in Africa. That's the only snag actually that people people have kept wondering what happened actually. But every other thing to most of the soccer fans or soccer enthusiasts, analysts, and all of us had went in a way that people had expected. Apart from that snag of Nnadozie not being in the women's best 11 for Africa.
All right, let's get your take. Just give us, as the Secretary General of SWAN, what's the update as regards SWAN activities in the FCT, especially with the new coming of the new president of the NUJ and SWAN elections coming up. Just give us an update on SWAN before we let you go.
Okay, so I talk as the Secretary General of SWAN in Nigeria, not just in FCT. So generally, we had an National Executive Council meeting or committee meeting that held last week. That was in Lafia. Of course, we were able to have some stakeholders engagement from the National Sports Commission Chairman to the National Sports Commission Director General. Then before then was an engagement we had also with the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State in Lafia, capital of Nasarawa State. And it was a good one. The governor of the state, who has been very, very, very remarkable in the way he has taken sports development by the kind of activities he has engaged in. He has brought back the governor's cup. He is embarking on constructing at least a pitch in each of the local governments in the state. He is also trying to put up another structure facility for sports, apart from the existing one that hosts NPFL games. The NPFL games for his own team, that is Nasarawa United and Nasarawa Amazon for the women. Also hosting Benue State Lobby Stars. That particular pitch, we visited it, and it was still it's still top notch. And the man is also talking about putting up another facility, a pitch like that. I mean, a stadium like that somewhere again in Lafia, so that there will be more pitches, within the capital of the state, and then more pitches around. Around the communities, various communities in the state. And the man has been talking all that, lining up other programs and activities aimed at developing sports at the grassroots. Don't forget that sports development starts from the grassroots, and it has to be sustained at that same grassroots so that more talents can be turned out in various sporting activities, be it football, be it golf, be it hockey, be it handball, be it wrestling. I mean, all manner of sports that we have in Nigeria, over 30 of them. The young man, Governor Abdullahi Sule, is doing so much, and of course we were able to honor him in a way to encourage him to do more, and in a way to also let his colleague governors all over the country to emulate, because one of the challenges that we have in Nigeria is insecurity. Insecurity is because to an extent the young people are not engaged rightly. They are not meant to be busy, and what other way can you get people busy other than sport? So if governors are taking sports development to be very, very, very serious in their various states, the issue of insecurity, even though it may still be there, but it's very scanty. It won't be as much as it is in today's Nigeria. So we try to encourage the other governors to put their major attention on sports development, which is the anchor for youth engagement.
All right. On the final note, looking at the issues of factions within the SWAN body, can we happily say that it's a thing of the past that will not crop up anytime as we head into 2025 and the expectations for 2025?
What I want to clear this, and that is that there has never been any faction in SWAN. At at national level especially. The reason being that what has happened, in the past, especially recently, is an issue of some people who feel the way they felt in certain things, and they try to express themselves, and in doing that, it does appear that they try to challenge leadership, and then some people saw it as faction. I mean, just like in every family, in every group, in every setup, there could be once or twice in a while that you find disagreement here and there. That's actually what we've been able to we've had, in just recently, and that all of that has been put to bed because we try to engage those who felt otherwise, and we have been talking with them, and there have been some reasons why they shouldn't get to any level of trying to disintegrate our unity in what we are doing, as long as promoting sports in Nigeria is concerned. So one or two states many states have already come on board, and of course they are okay. One or two states that are remaining, we are also capping it up, and by 2025 everything will be well cemented that the states will not also none of the states will also be in that order of disagreement, and of course trying to make things work better. That's good, and of course that has been achieved, and over 80% of things have been done. Just about 10-15% that remain.
All right, Tiken,
I want to say thank you very much for joining us on Talk Sport this morning and giving us update as regards
the activities of SWAN and expectations for 2025. We urge you to enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you very much. All right,
Thank you, Tony.
Thanks. All right, let's talk about other issues making Salah likely to, sign a new deal for Liverpool. That should be good news for Salah.
Yeah, it's good news for him because, like I said last week, like Heda said, he has paid his dues for Liverpool, and he's one of the best players, outstanding players in statistics. He scored up to 200 goals with 3 or something appearances, and he has won 8 trophies with Liverpool. I mean, why would you give him a contract? Why would you reduce contract? Because you rather keep him who knows the club and the psychology of the club and the playing pattern and bring a new player. So it's best for ourselves to keep him, give him 2 or 3 more years contract, and let him see it out. They're going to that club.
All right, on the final note, let's look at some story coming out from Manchester United as regards Manchester United doing an investigation as regards team news always leaking before games. Garnacho's brother was fingered as one of those who have been leaking up team news. But can his brother leak it out without Garnacho being in the mix? Do you think that's one of all the reasons he was also dropped? Some issues in discipline problems, and for some people also believe that this is the end for Rashford.
Why are we end for Rashford? I don't think the end for Rashford. No, the guy still has strength in him. Rashford just needs the right coach to play him the right formation in his best way.
Doesn't he have the right coach right now?
He has the right coach, but you see, as a manager, to manage his emotions. He's one of the oldest players in the club, in the team right now, and so you have to manage him. Do not allow off-field activities affect your game. That's what I would advise players. But also coaches too, I'm responsible, put your best leg forward. This is the other issue for me. It's something that they can handle quietly without making a press issue. Do you understand? That should not stop guys from playing. You see, as a coach, you have to win games. So as much as possible, let off-field activities not affect your game plan. Let the club deal with this one issue be dealt with at the club level. That's management level. You focus more on how to get this player back on track to win games for you. Fine, let the investigation go on. If his brother is a figure, the brother should be investigated, but then that should not stop Garnacho's play, because you pay him salary every week. So he must justify his salary. If I'm the coach, I will put the two things side by side. It's your game time, you play for us. You tell answer management. But you must be the good footballer to play for us, because we want the best out of you. So I just hope Abali will handle this. This is first this more test as a manager. He doesn't manage to play as well, but we leave the club.
All right, let's quickly talk about Brisbane International. Let's talk some tennis as Nick Kyrgios has announced a shock team up with Novak Djokovic at the Brisbane International after crediting the former world number one for motivating his return from serious injury. Once bitter rivals, both now firm friends, Kyrgios and Djokovic plan to play the doubles at the Queensland tournament, which gets underway on December 29th. How do you see this playing out? Kyrgios is known as the bad boy of tennis. Djokovic, former world number one. Do you think this pair will add some glamour for Brisbane International, talking tennis?
Yeah, it will, because these are popular stars, just like what happened to Mike Tyson and the other man at boxing, Jake Paul. I mean, you saw how the media glitz, you saw how Netflix made a lot of money from that, because this were retiring. Tyson was retiring, come back from retirement. So I see what happened to this match also. It will give the Brisbane tournament some level of viewership, excitement, and we'll be looking forward to that tournament. And the 29th of December.
But do you think they can win their style of play?
Well, Djokovic is still in his still up and going. So whatever Kyrgios brings, it will be a matchup, because it's a team play. So it brings much of life to the tournament, and I believe the viewership, and it's period of holidays, so it will give a lot of viewership. It will be a wonderful time.
All right, a quick one to boxing. Tyson Fury has responded to the prospect of old foe Vladimir Klitschko returning to boxing at age 48. The Ukrainian hung up his gloves after his intriguing fight with Anthony Joshua in 2017 when he was knocked out in the 11th round. However, his promoter has suggested he could return to the ring and become the oldest heavyweight champion, a record currently held by George Foreman, who beat Michael Mora in 1994 at the age of 45. Do you see this playing out? And is Klitschko taking a risk? Do you think we have more hard point hitters now?
Who is he going to match up with? Is he going to fight Fury? I think he should just go back to stay in retirement. He may not be as lucky as Mike Tyson was. But Tyson still had it in him, and he was able to resist Jake Paul.
But Klitschko was a champion.
He was a champion, but age is on his side. He's 48, approaching 50. And so your head is the head that the punches dead. It's even the head down. So I'm asking, who is he going to match up with? Is he going to match up with Fury? Or is he going to match up with the guy that defeated Anthony Joshua? Who's going to match up with? The Bulls. Those guys are hard punchers. I just hope he doesn't come and kill himself. He has a height for height, speaks for heavy, and he has a long throw. He's not built, and he has a long throw. So his long throw will speak for him. But you see, these guys are hard punchers. If he takes 3 punches on his head, I hope he can just stand into the 3rd round or 4th round.
This weekend, I've seen Fury will be fighting Usage rematch. What's your prediction? Yeah.
Fury will be fighting who is he fighting?
Usage. This is a rematch.
Well, Fury has rested for a while. My fear is his off-field event, his off-field lifestyle that affects him, because after he won after he lost, I had a very relaxed lifestyle.
But for the last 3 months, he's been in the gym.
Back in the gym. Well, let's hope that he doesn't recalibrate his mojo. I hope he doesn't come and finally put a nail to his coffin in boxing tournament. I really hope his coach should probably plan it properly, because I don't see how he will win. But let's see how it happens tonight. We'll watch and see.
All right, so that's a boxing note. We're going to wrap on today's edition of Program Talk Sport. Once a big thank you to Gabriel Batistuta for joining me in the live studios and for his always top-notch analysis of all the talking points. And not forgetting the Secretary General of the Nigerian Sports Writers Association of Nigeria, SWAN, and the President Ikenna Okonkwo, who joined us to give us updates as regards the CAF Awards and also the activities of SWAN ahead of 2025. My name is Anthony. I want to say thank you for joining me on today's edition of the program Talk Sports.